For tuning in. Here is my favorite quick ab routine that you can do anywhere, on the go, at your gym, even at home. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you leave a comment if you have any questions about any of the exercises, and always follow me on Instagram at the Pilates Pilgrim. Hope you guys enjoy. So let's start here on our mat, seated with the ball wedged behind your sacrum in the mat. On your inhale, create a C curve in your low spine as you roll your pelvis, spine, and low back into the ball. Using the ball as support, it gives you a nice concrete object to roll into, helping create that nice core connection. Inhale, we'll roll back, scoop the core up and in, and exhale, resist the spine coming forward as the core continues pulling back into the ball. Inhale as you roll back, keeping those arms forward and shoulders down, and the gaze back between the inner thighs, belly button to spine. Inhale, the arms open, and here's where we'll add our chest lifts. As you exhale, imagine a string at your heart pulling you towards the wall in front of you. As you exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Small chest lifts. We'll exhale the arms back to center. Inhale, restack the spine. Here for your star crunch, we'll exhale the opposite arm across to the outside of the opposite leg, keeping one hand behind the head for support and stability, and also keeping that neck relaxed. Exhale as you crunch forward, knitting the ribs together, drawing the left rib across to your right hip. Inhale, find center, we'll rotate to the opposite side. Opposite arm reaches back as the opposite leg, finding a stretch, and then exhale as you press your low abs into the ball. Lift your pinky finger out to the outside of your opposite toe. Again, creating that X across the front of your body to work your obliques. We'll inhale ourselves back to forward, sit up nice and tall. Let's take the ball out. From here, we'll roll our spine down, getting ready for a roll-up exercise. The ball goes between the hands, eyes to the ceiling. On your exhale, segmentally roll your spine up and over the legs, reaching to your toes. Inhale to stack the spine up, and exhale to roll down. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, pull your ribs together, back and down. We want to create the same connection in our core that we did on those half rollbacks. This time as your abs and spine come up, your abs pull back and resist the spine coming forward. Inhale to stack and lengthen, and then exhale, lengthen the heels, sits bones to heels, and then the entire back body stretches towards your toes, and then you hollow out through the core as you flex and round up. Rolling down, lifting the ball to the ceiling. I use the ball between the arms to give just an extra physical connection of getting the upper back involved in that flexion. So you should feel your lats and upper body engaged just as much as your core, making this a total body exercise. Rounding up and over those legs, reaching to your toes, stretching the spine, stack and lengthen. Then we'll round and roll back halfway, and then we'll get into a little half roll-up pulse. Same as we did those chest lifts. That string is at the heart. Your core scoops back as you chest lift towards your toes, reaching an inch further each time. Roll yourself all the way down and take a nice stretch with the ball overhead. From here, we'll go ahead and bring the ball back between the arms. This time, knees bent and feet flat for chest lifts. Keeping your pelvis in a nice neutral position. You want the tailbone heavy, small space between the low back and the mat, and then with each lift, we try to reach again the heart, the fingertips to the ceiling versus just the chin and chest. Reaching forward with each exhale, scooping those core muscles to your mat. From here, we'll roll over onto our left side. Taking the ball into the right hand, we'll reach it forward for side teaser. As you exhale, pivot off of the bottom arm to lift and rock yourself to the center of your mat as you reach your toes towards the ball, feeling that abdominal working on the top side of your body. So if you're on your left, you should be working that right oblique. Inhale and then exhale, pike, twist and lift, keeping the shoulders down and away from the ears, scooping into that C curve and that low spine to protect the back and strengthen those lower abdominals. Reach and hold on the last one. Rotate yourself back to the side. And then we'll quickly flip over onto the right side, now working the left oblique. So the ball goes into the left hand. We pivot the bottom elbow directly under your shoulder for proper alignment. As you exhale, we'll sweep off of the elbow. You can use a little bit of a press into that bottom arm, but really isolate and try to focus on your core doing most of this work and breathing while we're doing it. So it's an exhale to pike, and inhale to open and lengthen. Shoulder blades to back pockets. ribs knit together and that waistline cinches as you pike those toes for that nice side teaser and oblique work. So we'll go ahead and turn over and lay down onto our stomach here. We'll use the ball to give us some assistance into our swan presses. So stack your hands one over top of the other onto your ball, and as you exhale, we'll articulate the spine into extension. As you press down into that ball, we feel that expansion across the collarbone, still knitting the ribs together, pulling the belly button through to your spine. We'll keep the pubic bone heavy to ensure that this movement is coming from about our waistline up. You can see my pelvis lifting a little bit too much here as I'm watching this video back. That's okay, just gives me something to get stronger on next time I work on them. So think about keeping the tops of your feet heavy. We'll roll the ball out in front of us and then go ahead and pull yourself back and down into a child's pose stretch, just to relieve that extension we do through upper back and getting a nice chest stretch during that exercise as well. So from here, we'll go ahead and flip back over, this time coming into a seated position, and we'll place the ball right up behind the bra line or upper back this time, getting into our series of 5 exercises with the extra challenge of our ball. Hands will go back behind our head and we'll exhale one leg and then the other to tabletop. Starting with our single leg stretch, we'll reach one foot out towards the mirror in front of us and then we'll exhale switch. As one knee draws into the chest, the opposite leg pushes away for that opposition and extra core control. Keeping those ribs and bra line down onto that ball and the chest lifting towards the thighs. We'll inhale the feet back down and then extend the upper spine over the ball for a nice thoracic extension stretch, just like we did in our previous swan, but it feels really nice here. Exhale one leg up and then the other to tabletop. Here's our double leg stretch. We'll inhale, reach both feet out towards the wall in front of us, knowing that as that lever challenge gets longer and more challenging on our spine, it's going to want our upper back to pop and our core to lose its control. So that's what we're working on here, strengthening our abs. So make sure as those legs extend, you keep that upper back from popping up. You can see me lowering and lifting just a bit. And that's why I want to quickly get into that nice yummy stretch of that thoracic extension. Meet me here. On your next exhale, we'll come on up, float the right leg, and then left to tabletop. Going into our bicycle, we'll go ahead and rotate opposite knee to opposite elbow. It's the same choreography in the lower body as our single leg stretch, pushing one leg, pulling the other as you take those legs in opposite of each other. And then bringing the opposite elbow to that opposite knee, getting that nice diagonal in our obliques, cinching that waistline. Inhale ourselves into that thoracic extension, taking as long as you need here before we get into that next exercise, which will be our single straight leg stretch. So exhale, flex your spine back up to neutral, the right then left leg to tabletop. We'll extend both legs straight up to the ceiling. Exhale as one leg lowers and the other leg reach high to the ceiling. Continuing again to challenge that lever on your spine without overextending at the upper back. Trying to press into that ball and balancing. We can always modify this series by placing our arms down by our side. It might strain your neck a little bit too much, but it'll also give you more balance by having more contact on the mat. We'll exhale ourselves back to center, and then we'll go into our double leg stretch, the hardest of what I think in the series of 5 exercises. Puts the longest lever challenge on our spine. You can really start to see my upper back and thoracic spine want to pop off of the ball here. So really just start to lower only as far as you can maintain that neutral. Really engage that pelvic floor, pulling up and in as those legs return high. And then one day, once we all get stronger, our legs will continue going further and further to that floor. And one last time, we'll meet in that thoracic extension stretch. Really enjoy and soak it up for this last time. And then let's go ahead and come on into a high kneeling position on our mat. Knees underneath our hips, shoulders over our hips. We'll lengthen the ball out in front of us and we'll hinge the spine back into our thigh stretch. Giving that squeeze into that ball again will help connect those lats, serratus, and obliques to help support that spine in a perfect long diagonal line. Keeping that tailbone long towards the backs of your knees so that spine stays in our perfect neutral posture. Inhale yourself back and then exhale, those sits bones wrap together, the pelvic floor draws up and in, and we lengthen ourselves further back up towards the ceiling. and then drop it back and down into a child's pose stretch. Hands on top of that ball. From here, we're going to our final plank series. This is a nice dynamic plank. Our first one, we'll get into just a normal plank, just setting everything up, giving our bodies a nice, strong, solid foundation. Always cue to have your elbows, wrists, and shoulders in a nice straight line, giving us 3 joints of connection. Here we'll start into a flow. We want to draw the right knee to the right elbow, the right knee to the chest, and then to the opposite elbow. So we'll go again, right knee, right elbow, right knee, chest, right knee, left elbow, and then sweep up into a 3-legged down dog. Inhale forward, right knee, right knee, chest, right knee, left, and then sweeping that leg up long. I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. I know it's coming up in this video. I start to lose my shirt and just end up getting so frustrated I take it off. So please don't let that distract you. Keep your flow going. Right knee, right knee, chest, right knee, left. Sweep it up and long. And then lower that right leg down. We'll find a nice down dog stretch before we inhale, rock ourselves forward for the left side. Left knee center, left knee to right elbow, sweep it up long into that 3-legged down dog stretch. Left knee center, left knee right, sweep and pike. So not only is that pike a nice stretch, but it's also a really good time to engage those lower abs, as well as each time that knee draws forward, making sure you're contracting. Quick wardrobe change. Keep going if you're still flowing. We'll get a couple extra reps in here together. Find yourself back into your position if you took a break with me, and we'll go back into that flow, finding that active stretch while still engaging your core. Left knee center, left knee right, pike and reach. Here's our last one if you're still with me. Otherwise, if you went through your 5 and 5, you're good to rest and just be in down dog, where we'll all be now, pressing yourself back towards your chest towards your thighs, belly button up and in, and those sits bones long, and then just rock yourself back and down into a final child's pose stretch. Thank you guys so much for coming and working out with me today. I hope you really enjoyed this quick little 10-minute ab flow, something that you can do and recreate wherever you are. Make sure you never miss a workout and subscribe to not only my YouTube channel, you can also find my website, www.thepilatespilgrim.com, and then for weekly workouts and just kind of what I do throughout my normal week, you can follow me on Instagram at The Pilates Pilgrim. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day.